what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's another edition of Paul Mash TV. I'm your host, Paul Mash, and we're glad that you could join us again. Got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But before we get into that, don't forget to watch us every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central on the Grind City Network on Roku, and we'll have a new episode. And if you don't have Roku, just download the Grind City app on Google Play, and you can also watch it online. That's grindcity.biz, B-I-Z, and just watch it there and let us know what you think. And just don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell here on YouTube if you're watching it, and we'd love to hear from you there. You can use the comment section, and pay attention to the comment section because we're going to have links to caps and t-shirts of Paul Mash TV, and I know you want to take advantage of that. And feel free to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/PaulMashTV. And feel free to like the page, inbox us, comment on the post. We love to hear from you there. And if you'd like to email us, PaulMashTV, all one word, at gmail.com, which is for fans and bands and solo artists to use to contact me, and we'll email you appropriately. And we have an official web address as well. And we'll recap all that at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Coming up in just a moment, we have Rick Snider. He's from Kingston, Nova Scotia. And I think you're really going to like this artist because he's very talented, but then again, all of our artists are talented. And we're going to be getting to that in just a second, but first, here's another quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, we're ready for our interview now, and with us from Kingston, Nova Scotia, we have Rick Snider. Thanks for joining us, Rick.
Oh, thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, it's good to have you again here. So why don't we start by the obvious question? Tell us a little bit about how Rick Snider decided he wanted to become an artist. I mean, everyone has their own story, so let's hear your story on it.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a music household, right? Mothers, singing, uncles singing, sisters, older sisters singing. And, at a very young age, my mother taught me to fit my first few chords on the guitar. And, for the longest time, I wouldn't sing or play in front of anybody. It was just kind of a living room thing. And I want to say probably my early 20s was the first time I got on stage. It was actually a birthday party for my mother. So I stepped into my comfort zone and did it there. And scared as hell, but did it, shaking, and when it was all said and done, I loved it, and I was addicted at that point, so I just kept going with it.
Oh, okay. Well, that is a good story, and we're glad that you are continuing to do that music thing for people. I know they love it, so why don't you tell us about some of your influences growing up, like in the mainstream world? Maybe they influenced you in your songwriting, but why don't you give us a few?
Well, where you said made like mainstream, I guess I listened to a lot of stuff growing up. Waylon Jennings, my mother had a lot of the old country stuff. Waylon Jennings, George Jones, Merle Haggard, Don Williams, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, Mel Tillis. I listened to all them. Then my older brothers had the rock records kicking around, Leonard Skinner and stuff like that. So there was a little bit of a mixture, and I loved it all. I did, but my heart's in country. And I know you asked me mainstream influences. Those would be my mainstream influences. But my biggest influence, again, as I mentioned earlier, would be my mother. Watching her play, she played a lot of shows locally and around, and going and sitting in the audience, watching her play and sing. Just it was an inspiration to me.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of those people you just mentioned. It's been a while since I heard those names, but it's the legends that really make it. I say that on the show a lot, but it is true.
Yeah.
Um, so I can understand why.
Mm.
Tell us about your music. I mean, where can we find it? I mean, I know that they don't make CDs anymore, but you might have some CDs. But just tell us where
I
you are
do.
streaming.
I have CDs that people can get that can order from me if they like off my website or contact me on Facebook. But you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, any of the music platforms. I'm there. Um, my first CD that I put out this last year is Beat Up Truck, and I've got a couple singles I've released on there as well since, and I've got some more coming up very soon too. So yeah, pretty much anywhere. I've got a YouTube channel. You can pretty much find me anywhere music's played. So.
Okay, and that web address would be ricksnider.com, I guess, right?
RickSniderMusic.com.
Music.com. Okay. Well,
SniderMusic.com.
okay. Well, everybody go out to those streaming sites or go to that website and buy his music. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. So,
Give it a listen.
okay. And just a moment or two, we're going to be playing the music video like we do at the end of every show. Why don't you tell us about the name of the song and if there's a story behind it? It might be self-explanatory, but tell us in your own words.
Yeah. The name of the song for the video you're going to play is called "The Road." The song is just it's not really about anything too personal other than as you'll hear, there's stuff that I think people that have been out on the road can relate to and stuff. The video itself, I dedicated to my son. He passed away in January of this year. So the reason I dedicated the video to him, like the song really has nothing to do with him, but before he passed away, we talked several times about ideas for videos. And so I took some of the ideas that me and him had talked about and incorporated into the video. The truck you'll see in the video was his truck, me driving it and standing beside it. So it has a lot of meaning to me that way. And you'll see at the end of the video, you'll see it's dedicated to him as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure everybody out there will love it, and we'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. But before we do, I just want to thank you again for coming on the show, Rick. We'd love to have you back sometime.
I'd love to come back, Paul. Thank you very much.
Okay. And now let's watch The Road by Rick Snider right here on Paul Mash TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Played a show in Tremont, third one in 3 days. People said slow down, son, but it's always been my way. Stage lights and the honky-tonks always been a part of me. I've always been a country boy, and I guess I'll always be. The overheads hit me, and the amps turn up real loud. I forget where I'm going, I just know I'm here right now. Smoke fills the stage, and the crowd is on their feet. Get lost in this moment, it's where I wanna be. Yeah. Thousand miles of blacktop, yeah, the highway is my home. Trying to make a living, gotta get this dog a bone. Heard about that dream, and I'm trying to chase it down. With a 6-string in my hand, another show in another town. real loud. I forget where I'm going, I just know I'm here right now. Smoke fills the stage and the crowd is on their feet. I get lost in this moment,